Okay, very good morning to you, and welcome to our Good Morning Anambra discussion segment today. How are you? Okay, it's a good morning, you're ending the night. Okay, now, let's look at what we have for you. You may have heard, or have seen, or have participated in the congresses and the convention of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, that's APGA. And then, I don't know, what is your perception of what's happened? But then we are here to review all that now. And joining me to do that is Maazi Ejimofo Opara. Maazi Ejimofo Opara is the National Publicity Secretary of All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA. Maazi Ejimofo Opara, welcome you to Good Morning Anambra State.
Thank you very much, my pleasure.
Okay. Now, let's first of all, get what you mean when you say you're having congresses or you're having convention. What does that mean exactly?
Okay. In a democracy.
Oh, before you start, by the way, congratulations on your
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I sincerely also want to appreciate members of our party who came out in their numbers and the delegates who were at that convention and elected and affirmed my nomination to be the National Publicity Secretary of the party. I sincerely appreciate them and appreciate the national leader of the party, who is the governor of Anambra State. And, just say thank you to all of them. And that you are here with the project Drive APGA. And very soon they'll begin to, see the manifestation of the confidence they reposed in us. So, to your question, you asked about congresses and conventions, what exactly they entail and the meaning. Okay, now, in a democracy, just in the same way we have the change of party and leadership. After 4 years, we have to elect new governors, new President, if I use at local government level, new local government chairman and all that. It also happens, within the political parties, where political parties are expected to elect new leaders who would pilot the affairs of the party within a certain period of time. Of course, it's actually tenured. They are for 4 years. So after every 4 years, the party goes into fresh congresses and conventions to elect new leadership, except on special occasions where there are probably maybe death or maybe resignation and all that. Then there can be special congress or special convention to fill up the vacancy. The party constitution provides for such. So the congresses are routine, like I said, every 4 years. Members of the party at various levels across the country, across the states, they meet. Of course, the nucleus of every political party is at the ward level. So it begins from the ward level, where they elect the ward executives, from the ward chairman to the ward woman leader, youth leader, and all the offices provided for by the constitution of the party. Then after that, it progresses to the local government level, where they also do so. From there, it goes to the state level, before it now terminates at the national level with the national convention, where the national leadership, or what we call the NWC, is elected.
National
the National Committee. So that's exactly what, of course, it shows you that democracy itself begins with the people. So before you would have, democracies across the world are hinged on, political party participation. So in our own climate here, where we do not yet have the independent candidacy, then you must belong to a political party to be able to contest or vie for a political office. So what that means is that before a political party can aggregate itself to say we are a political party, they must first have their own internal democratic mechanism for electing their own leaders. Good. So when that is done, then the next is to come together and begin to fight for state power. Good. So now the congresses are over, national convention is over and done with, and the party has fresh and new leaders who are just in and bubbling with new ideas.
Okay. Before we get to the nitty-gritty of the congresses, let's first of all look at APGA as a party. Okay, some people, some analysts were asking, how come the convention was done in Anambra State instead of the federal capital city, that is in Abuja. And then, and some other people are asking, why must the chairman of the political party, APGA, come from Anambra State?
Okay. As a matter of fact, people are at liberty to hold whatever view or opinion they deem fit. That is why it's a democracy. You get it? And to put it clear, there is not a must issue. It's not a must issue. Of course, it looks like a trend. Probably the first, second, and third, or I don't know. But if you look at the history of APGA, the first chairman of APGA, who was not from Anambra State, Sopasopoli, and the founder was not from Anambra State. Before he went to Senator then to Korea, and now we have Slayers of Congo. So everybody who alleges or says that why must it's not a must issue. It's an open thing. Once you're a member of APGA and you are up to date with regards to your dues and you are actively participate in the activities of the party, and you deem yourself eligible enough to contest for any position.
Okay, how many people contested for the chairmanship? How many are from which states?
Well, across board, we had over 10 persons who
from different states.
Yeah, from different states. Yes, from different states, both in the southeast and some other regions, who also showed interest to contest. But of course, the party has its own internal mechanisms to ensure order and to ensure that these things go well. Okay. Now, I would want to know, it would be interesting to know that within the party's constitution, there are two ways through which leaders can be elected. It's either by election, that's voting, or by affirmation, that's consensus. So consensus is provided for in the constitution of the party. So people may have shown interest, been nominated, and at the end of the day, when stakeholders aggregate, stakeholders within the party aggregate and say, okay, for reasons of A, B, C, or X, Y, Z, let us build a consensus. Let's form a consensus around this person, right? Because he is best suited to take the party to the next level, or to carry on the ideologies of the party, within this particular period of time. And of course, many factors were actually put into consideration before the party arrived at a consensus on the current
convention a consensus?
Yes, for the consensus.
Even when about 10 people contested?
Yes, of course, for a consensus. And people, like I said, the people willfully of their own views. Nobody was coerced. People who, got the nomination form at a point when, after consultations with stakeholders of the party, and they saw superior reasons.
No handshake across.
No. Of course, there has to be. It's a give and take thing. There has to be bargains amongst them to say, okay, I believe you're most qualified to do this. I believe you can do this. And of course, every other person. And that is why, up until date, I can tell you for free that this happens to be one of the most celebrated, freest and fairest convention and congress that the party has ever held.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's go on. As a National Committee Secretary, I want you to define your party, APGA, to us. Some people say that it doesn't have a national outlook. That is a regional party, that is a one-state party, and a whole lot of things. So how will you describe APGA as a political party?
How would one describe a party whose national secretary is from the north as a regional party? How would someone describe a party that has a legislative seat in as far as Niger State as a regional party? How would one describe a party that has a legislator in Bayelsa State as a regional party? These things every party has a root. Every party has a root. And of course, from that root, it begins to spread out. The block system, begins to yield fruit across the country. So the fact that within APGA there is reasonable representativeness of the peoples of Nigeria within the party, it's no one can of the truth allege or state that APGA is a regional party.
Are you saying that an Asama can be
Of course.
All right. Let's also look at the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
APGA as a political party started from the east, and it's expected that it would have spread beyond Anambra State, where of course they have held sway for over how many years now? Okay, what is the problem? Why can't APGA capture other southeast states at least? Okay, Ebonyi, Enugu, Imo, Abia, and the rest of them.
Okay, when you say capture, you make it look like it's a conquest.
Politics in Nigeria is a conquest.
This is the democracy.
Politics in Nigeria is
however we want to define it, it still does not share the fact that in a democracy people are entitled to their right of choice. Good. So now, at some point in the history of APGA, we had about two states or three states from the southeast within the fold. And the 2015 arrangement and power rearrangement that happened, of course, took off some of the fold. But at the end of the day, I can tell you for free that APGA as a party is much more stronger than where it started from. I can tell you as of today that APGA is one of the political parties in Nigeria, or the number one political party in Nigeria that stands the chance to endure beyond, this whole political era. Let me tell you, there are sister parties of ours who have commissioned to build a national headquarters in the last 16 years, and they voted over 18 billion naira to build the national headquarters. Up until today, it's still an uncompleted project. There are other sister parties of ours who do not even have a national headquarters. They still live on rented apartments. APGA as a party, in the last 8 years, or probably 22 years of its existence, have been able to secure for itself a national headquarters in its name. Our national headquarters in Abuja belongs to us. And we have been able to also build a regional headquarters, the one standing here in Oka today. No other party can boast of that. So it's a party that is building from the root, that is building to last, that is building to endure. So it may look like, why is that going on? Slowly but surely. Now you ask yourself, some of these other parties that, in quote, have this spread, that are everywhere, as of today, do they still maintain that cause with that hold that they had? But Anambra as our test case, in the last 16 years or more, it's been under and consistently so. So you will see that we are moving from not just solidifying the base here, but also spreading out. As of today, we have a secretariat seat in Abia State. We have houses of assembly seats in other states across this federation, and gradually, we would get there. So it's not about, they say if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, you go with people. So we're not interested in going so fast, and at the end of the day, get to a point where you look around and it's only us that is standing. We want to go not as slowly as we can go, but carry everybody along and get to that point where in the next 250 years, our great-great-grandchildren will be able to talk about a party called APGA.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's come down to the business of the day, reviewing the congresses and the convention of the All Progressives from the Alliance, that's 2023, congresses and conventions. Okay, let's start with the congresses, okay? We started from the ward to the local government and then to the states. How will you assess the congresses generally?
Of course, I would say that it was a phenomenal success. A phenomenal success that came with a lot of disruption, positive disruption. Now, I'll tell you, before now, there was this, if you like, monetization of the whole political process. And most of the crises that we experience in political parties and even in politics is due directly to the fact that people outspend themselves. And after that, haven't spent so much and try to buy people's consciences and buy people's votes, and they don't get through. They become so disenchanted, they approach the court and begin to see how to manipulate the judiciary and come up with, But for the first time, the party in its wisdom, the leadership of the party in its wisdom, decided that forms for election into various party offices from the ward, local government, state, and up to national level must be disbursed for free. Yes. So anyone who contested elections in APGA, that was why I actually mentioned to you that it was a free thing. Like once you're an eligible member of the party, you are a financially up-to-date member of the party, and you're an active member of the party without any encumbrances that against the laws of the party. You are eligible. And once you're eligible, you're free to come take the form, the nomination form. You get it? Come out. If the members of the party at your ward level like you so much to allow you to lead them, they will vote you in. And that was exactly what happened. So today, we are through with our congresses from ward, local government to state and a national convention. And I can tell you that apart from the, of course, familiar shenanigans that have been trailing from familiar waters, the old order, this particular congress and convention is not contested in any court anywhere in the country.
I was actually going to ask you, is anybody in court?
No, it's not to my knowledge. It's not contested anywhere because people saw democracy in action. So
how did it go? Was it on the option A14 or
eventually
contested?
No. There were places where it was option A4. You come out, if you're popular, come out, and by the time you look back, you see that nobody is behind you. And there were places where there were voice votes. You get it? There were places where there were consensus. You get it? So democracy played out in its most pristine form in APGA in this last congress.
Let's look at the delegates. If you didn't spend money to buy form, are you sure that the delegates were not tipped as usual?
It has the person now is, if you didn't spend money to buy form, and the delegates are known and published as and when due, you get it? Whatever it is you do with the delegates, of course, as much as possible with the emphasized demonetization thing where you go to lobby people and the rest of it. But you cannot write off lobbying totally from politics. People are lobbying in different ways. Some persons will come and tell you, okay, give me money. Some will tell you, okay, I want to believe in your idea and I believe you have the capacity to execute this idea. And to the National President Secretary of the party, of course, all that was done was to I picked my nomination form and I reached out to the stakeholders of the party and I reached out to the delegates. They believed in me and they voted me. I didn't give anybody one line. So, and I believe it's also
consensus basis too.
Yeah, mine was also on consensus basis.
Why?
Well, because probably my fellow nominees or contestants, probably they saw reasons why they feel I'm most qualified to be. About 3 of us.
Just 3?
Yeah, just 3 of us, yeah.
For a big office like a national publicity?
Of course, we go for screening. So there may have been more than 3 who got the form to, the nomination form to contest. But, due to some glitches here and there, some issues of reporters around their actual status in the party and their, qualification, they were screened out. And of course, at the end of the day, it was trimmed down to the number that we have. So the party is a very disciplined party.
Very disciplined party.
A party that also...
there was something I expected. I was supposed to have asked you about the officers. Okay, let's look at it now. The national executive officers, where you already have your chairman and a whole lot of the executive members.
Yeah.
How many of you?
31.
31.
Yes.
And does it have... what is it not regional? No, it's
the national
spread.
Yes, of course. Across regions. Of course, we have in the NWC, you have the national chairman, you have the deputy national chairman southeast, deputy national chairman northwest. Across the geopoliticals like that, it's south, and the rest of it. Then you have the national secretary, who is also from the north. Then you have the national organizing secretary. You have the national woman leader. You have the national police secretary and the deputy national police secretary. You have the various other offices there, the national legal advisor, the deputy national legal advisor, and all that. So, based on even the leadership of the party, like the leadership of the NWC, apart from the national chairman, who is from the southeast, there are other deputy national chairmen too from across the various geopolitical zones that we have. So, it's a spread and a representative spread that we have at the NWC.
Apart from the chairman, the deputy chairman.
Of course, there are
Where are you from, by the way?
From Imo State.
You're from Imo State?
Yes.
From Imo State.
Yes.
Okay.
So you see, before you take it from Anambra.
Okay, let's look at how how gender-friendly that APGA is, especially as concerned these congresses and the convention that's went on. How many women are in the NWC, what do you call it?
National Women Council. Yes. Of course, apart from that, of course, the statutory position for the woman is the national woman leader, brother is a woman, but we also have other offices that we are also selected to. I may not have the exact office and maybe the name of
out of the 31.
Out of the 31.
How many women?
Yeah, we have at least 7 who are women.
Okay. It is still not good enough.
Power is not given. It's negotiated for our
no, some are giving. Some are consensus. So the consensus you
know what you must also understand is that I was discussing with some friends a few days ago, and we actually x-rayed a lot of other sectors of the country and the economy and politics, social life and all that, and we realized that men have become endangered species. That's the truth, yes. For instance, you come to a place like Anambra in the state civil service, over 70% of the employees in the state civil service are women. You go to a place like the primary school, the ASUBEB, and ask them to give you their staff list and all that. You realize that over 97% of them are women.
But you go to
PSSC. With the same thing. So you know
you go to building material management, the status change.
So that was what you see them. So I know this whole issue of gender balance, the truth of is that once you are qualified, at some point in this state, of the 3 senatorial zones, 2 were occupied by women. Now I hope you are aware. At some point in fact, this outgoing, because they are still there, there will be the new ones will be voted by June 13th or so.
There's a new executive?
No, I'm talking about the Anambra state as a state.
Okay.
That at some point in this state, the ninth Senate, we had 2 women and 1 man. And taking it down to the federal consequences, you see that there's that reasonable balance.
They're not for the same party.
I'm not saying that for the same party. I'm speaking to exactly like
the
kind of consciousness.
Okay, so
I'm just a gender sensitive and gender friendly party.
That's what we want to establish now.
Sure.
We want to establish it now. So apart from the congresses, how many women do you? I mean, what are the chances of the women in elective posts? Okay, because you will not tell me that power is not given, power is taken.
No.
Okay, I mean, power.
You take power from men, don't you? You take power from men. You don't wish to go against them.
Now let's see how gender friendly APGA is. Okay, so how does it go during elective posts? Because I'm sure most time they will tell you, why would you take a man? Well, I mean, take a woman when a man is there. Okay, men will be fed in here.
Nobody takes
it.
Nobody takes anybody. People are elected on the merit of their qualifications, the merit of their person. And of course, let's not also forget the fact that every politics is governed by the socio-cultural realities of that area. And down here, probably using the South Anambra as an example, we are still very much traditional. You get it? Yes, even though most women are also breaking the glass ceiling, there's this example someone gave at some point that a woman, a very highly placed woman, was going back to her village, and she was being driven by a man who obviously is her driver. Now this man drops her off in the compound and now tells her, "Chelo, come join meeting." Now this man is supposedly going to a village meeting where decisions that would affect his boss will be taken, and the woman is not supposed to be at that meeting. So these things have social cultural bearing, and over time, of course, no culture is not static. Culture is dynamic. We believe that over time, with the level of awareness that is being
but if you have this type of movement, then that means we don't have any hope.
No, I'll give you an example. There is no because there are women participation in politics, just like that what we experienced with the last election with a resurgence of youthful enthusiasm in politics. Of course, women participation in politics, it's building, the momentum is gathering. And APGA is willing to give platform woman.
That's what we want to see. I want to see a deputy governor that is a woman.
Okay.
I want to see the national secretary of APGA that is a woman.
Okay.
Okay, not just a woman leader. If you like, come and lead a woman as a man, no problem. But let us be at the center where decisions are taken.
You're a woman, come and join us. I will support you.
I'm standing up there.
I'll support you. Let's go. Pick your party card and just go. I will support you.
Okay, so we're running off. Let's look at how to douse tension, because naturally, I know there are people that are pissed off by the Congress. If you tell me because there is no litigation in the court, there are some people are not feeling that they were cheated out or whatever. So what is that they're doing to ensure reconciliation? So everybody will be at the same, page with the party and the party executives.
So what you just asked me is you're asking me to describe what does not exist.
Oh yeah.
Yes, because like I told you, that these things were properly taken care of even before, before you go for a consensus. Every party must have been fully satisfied. That is the truth. Of course, majority would always have their way in a democracy. So now I understand that there may be people who within their own enclave feel okay, and the rest of it. But trust me, the leadership of APGA, from the ward to the local government to the state and even the national, we are all embracing. And that is why our motto is Onya and one year, be your brother's keeper. So we are leaving no one behind. At the end of the day, we know that what we are doing, we are doing things like brothers and sisters, and we have the back of each other. So I did not be told that even as National Secretary of the party, that it doesn't make me more qualified or more competent than my brothers who decided to step down for me. So it means that for me to do this work and do it very well, there is still room for me to always make recourse to them where necessary and tell them, can we do this, what do you think? So I knew at that level we are making that concession and everybody is being carried along. So the whole idea of, we don't have this rustic feeling of deprivation amongst our members. We don't have it, at least not in this dispensation.
Okay. Yeah. And I just hope the same thing will play out when we have a political party election coming, not general election coming, so that we see people stepping down for each other and then conceding, not just, trying to pull the other person down. Okay, you're the National Publicity Secretary. What is your office like? What is your job? Describe your office.
Okay, well, it's given. Publicity is PR. PR is about image management. It's about brand building. So, as the Publicity Secretary of the party, of course, it means more or less, some people call me PRO. You get it? So, I'm more like the information mouthpiece of the party. I carry the image of the party wherever I go to. I try to protect the interest of the party in the best positive way I can. And I try to also make sure that the party's core messaging, gets the level of traction that it deserves, especially amongst the demographics that we are targeting. For the women, what do we have for women? We have to state it explicitly and give it to them through the medium and in the style that they will best appreciate. The same for the youth, and the same for the generality of the country. So, as of today, my job is to make a very beautiful bride that we are, and be able to tell our stories, those unsung stories about us to the people. Because there is something happening in APGA, the Anambra example has actually proven to us, that needs to be replicated across the country. That's the message we are taking to Nigerians, that APGA is a party for all. It's a party, if you're talking about a party that will ensure inclusivity, talking about a party that will talk about the structuring of this country, talking about a party that will make sure that nobody is left behind in line with our motto. Then you should look the way of APGA.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you. Nothing more to say. Because when I have wanted to ask you to market your party, but you have done that in a jiffy. Thank you very much. Mazi, let me get your name. Mazi Ejimofo Opera, the National Publicity Secretary, All Progressives Panelists, APGA, for joining us this morning. I must say, nobody was anybody fail nearly. And then, like you said, it's like we got it exactly what it should be, round peg in a round hole. Okay, so as we still wish you success
Thank you
in
very
your
much.
office,
Thank you very
and
much.
congratulate you and everybody that that we are elected during the last congresses and the convention. Congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
Oh well, my name is Sijama Uche. Join us tomorrow morning for our fresh packet.